Okay, guys, I'm back. I like messed up and then I came back. I'm like, oh, I'm still recording. I didn't know I was still recording. Oh dear, I guess I'm still recording. Okay, all right, let's go back to this again. Okay, so we're gonna start a new module. I kind of started this already before, but now I realize that I'm too long. So, I want you guys to talk about what is magnetism and what is electricity, and to talk about what are the differences? And so I want you to go with Miss Tamari's now and talk about what is magnetism and what is electricity. I'm going to pause for a second and then we're going to come back and you're going to talk to me more about this topic. Okay, are you back? Okay, so now it says, what is moving these objects? Do you know what's moving these objects? Let's see. Can we understand? So you're going to take a pre-test, okay, and that's already, you get 2 chances for that. All right. Your project, for this one, is to design a self-closing gate. This is going to take a little more. This is going to be your end of project after the whole module is finished, is to design a self-closing gate. All right. Okay, we're not going to talk about that right now, though. I do really want to jump into the lesson itself because we're still working our skate parks and they don't need to confuse. And again, there we are, 2, 3. Next. Okay, so, here we go. So, medical magnets. Magnets are attracting the attention of doctors. So, Miss Marissa, I just recently did a medical magnet x-ray, which is an MRI. It's using magnetism to look at any problems with your knee. It's like my knee, and I showed you my x-rays. This is something that they use in medical now for understanding how our magnets used in the medical field. All right. So I'm going to read this with you, and this is what we're going to do for today's for science and your pre-test. So when I finish, you go in and you'll take your pre-test for twice, and then you will be finished. Okay, so let's go on. Right, so when you go in for an MRI, it is kind of really loud. It's really massively loud, and like when I did it this last time, it was so like seriously, it was just like that, and it was like, oh my god, this is going to end. And I wasn't in there like head first, like this little girl. I was in there feet first because they were looking at my leg. All right, and that's how they found the blood, because in a normal x-ray they're not going to actually show the blood in MRI. It's not going to be shown. It's going to be you're going to see on the x-ray, you might see the white that like you saw, but it's not going to show what's going on, like bringing the blood in. So they did tell me that the blood is kind of like stuck in there, but there's still some that's been leaking, so it's kind of like internal bleeding, okay, so to speak. So that's why that's why I have to stay home. All right, so let's read this. Let me see if I can read this to you guys. We're going to maybe go full screen. Here we go. All right, so this is an MRI machine. Will make pictures of the inside of the girl's body, the inside processes, not just the skeleton, which is an X-ray, but it's going to do the other parts. Okay, so it says, you go to the doctor to check your broken arm. You walk out a prescription for a magnet. It might sound funny, but the use of magnets is a growing area of medical research. Magnets are objects that can attract certain metals. Magnets have 2 poles, a north and a south. Like poles push away or repel from each other. Different poles pull toward or attract each other. These forces are called magnetic forces. So now you've talked about forces. Remember we talked about gravity? gravity has a lot to do with the poles. Okay, but we're going to stop this a second. I'm going to go into a Jamboard again. We're going to talk about these magnets and how they push and repel. Okay, so let me go here and we're going to continue this Jamboard with our math. Okay, so when you've got magnets, usually your magnets that you can find like in any store, they're going to have like they're going to be like a square, okay, like this. All right, and one side is going to be like a blue color, okay, and one side will be a red color. Okay, like this. It's more red, it's more blue, but we're just gonna say it for now. Okay, so when you talk about repel, when you say repel, repel means it takes it away. So like when you put this, if you were to put these magnets like here, blue, oops, that's not what I want, sorry, blue and blue. When you stick the two seam together, they're going to feel like you can't ever push it together. It's repelling. It's making them separate. They're separating. It's a separation. They are making it go out. It will not come together ever. It will never come together. Two blues, two reds, they repel each other. Okay? But when they say opposites attract, this is very similar in magnetism. So when you have if you have two magnets, okay, all right, these are magnets. Miss Marissa's drawing is really not so great today, but that's okay. And you have a red and a blue. They're going to be stuck together, okay? This is what they're talking about. They will stick together. They will be like together. They will be together. So they attract. So this means to repel. Repel. Okay? This means to attract. This means to go apart, to repel. This means to come together. It means to attract. All right? So in magnets, they will repel and attract. And that's what this is talking about in this thing. Okay, so let's go back to this here. Okay, so it says the north and the south, like poles push away or repel from each other. Different poles pull toward or attract, and each of these pushes and pulls are called magnetic forces. Magnets do not have to touch objects to push or pull them. They can push or pull on other magnetic objects in their magnetic field. The particles of matter can act like tiny magnets, and in most materials, their magnetic forces cancel each other out because the poles point in different directions. In magnets, their magnetic forces add together because the poles point in the same direction. You see in the picture how the magnets are all kind of opposite. It means they're all going to kind of stick together. Okay, but if they were all in different directions, like you see in the top part, this means that they're repelling each other, or they're maybe repelling each other, or they're not straight, they're not lined up because they're in different directions. If they were all like together in the same place, they would like the straight line here, then they would line up. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next slide. All right. So how does an MRI work? It says, number one, the magnetic poles of the body's particles point in different directions. The MRI machine makes the particles line up. The radio waves make them spin. And you feel that. It's so weird. It's like there's like, when it does that, it's like you can feel in your body how they're like moving, and actually like Miss Marissa's leg was hurting, so like I could actually had more pain when I came out of there than when I went in, because like everything is moving the particles. Okay, it says the radio waves are turned off, the particles give off energy as they line up again. MRI machine uses the energy to make an image like the one shown in the brain. So this one is shown in the brain. Okay, so we're going to stop with this for a second, and we're going to go to how MRIs work on Google, on YouTube. Okay. Okay. Let's see, Miss Marissa. Okay. Okay. For children. Okay, so we're going to look at this guy. Okay, can you hear it? Tell me if you can hear it. That'd be great. I will mute myself. It's fine. Just tell me now. Yeah, or you can ask me some questions. But I don't know. And tell them that this is now um that they won't give us the prices or so you can here here 8 weeks, but it's okay. Okay, all right, all right. Okay. Okay, guys, so that is an example of an MRI. So you can kind of understand that it's not a scary thing, but people do look those at MRIs for ideas to look inside the brain and the body. And yes, they did put me in an MRI. I have my disc here, but I don't have a disc player on my computer, so I can't really show you that. But But yeah, so that's what happened with Mr. Marissa, and that's how I knew about my injury. Okay, so that's all in science that we're going to talk about today. We're going to start our magnetism. We'll finish with the MRI thing tomorrow, or unless Mr. Morris tells me that, you know, we didn't get through that much, then you guys can keep this video for tomorrow as well. All right, I love you guys, and I'm going to stop sharing now. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and congratulations on your 1,000 points, grade 3. I can't do pizza party with you until I get back. If that's what you decide from your vote, and if not, then I guess we'll just continue on, right? Hopefully you guys will get more points, you know, because I'll be very happy to hear that you're behaving. Um, and um, and Mr. Marius will keep me busy, keep me posted always, because you know she cares about you as much as Mrs. Marissa does. Okay. Bye. Have a good day. Bye bye.